Okay, so we took out, I put a bobcat and took out the layer of the grass over here, and I had compost delivered on top. We used a lot of the compost for the garden beds, and whatever was left over, our neighbor came over with their tractor and they spread it out so it was leveled, and then we rented a tiller from Home Depot, like one of those heavy duty tillers that I think it was like 27 inches wide. Actually, it wasn't from Home Depot, it was from Sunbelt, because Home Depot's, all their tillers were broken. So we tilled it in, and then we came out and we put all the seeds in. We have 2 rows of sunflowers, and each row has 3 rows, and we laid them out with this. This is a cedar. Let me see if I can get a good look here. What is it called? Chapin. I got this off of Amazon. I'll put the link inside the description box for you guys. This actually worked really well, and each one has, I'm hoping you guys could see this, like an insert for different size seeds. And this is for the spacing, so I could put it at different lengths on the rows, and I'll mark the rows so then you know exactly where to go for the next row. And let's show you the disc that they come with. Okay, so they come with a whole variety of discs. They come also with a manual, and each disc will have what type of seeds that this one will plant: beets, okra, Swiss chard. And we have these ones, let's see, peas, baby lima beans, and the manual comes with a bunch more, and each disc has its own number. I hope you guys could see that. Its own number showing on disc 2. So there's 5 discs that, oh no, 6 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 in the hopper. And when you put the seeds in, they have a max line, and it goes through, let's see if I can do this right, this little channel here, and it comes and drops it, and as you're going through, it actually puts the line down, and then it covers up your seed. This is adjustable, so it could go deeper or more shallow in the dirt. So, and then I think that's about it that I need to let you guys know about this. This also switched sides, so you could go either way, right or left. And I think that's about it that I could show you guys on this, and I'm just going to start laying out the seeds. I have already done all of these rows of seeds, but the next morning I got home from work and there was birds all over this plot. So I went onto Amazon and got this harvest guard. It's supposed to protect your garden cover, protect against frost, insects, birds, and heavy rain. Also, you could use it for newly sown grass, and I'm just going to use it for newly grown seeds, just, you know, so at least the birds can't get in and steal all of the sunflower and the corn seeds. And then maybe later on we could still cover them up as they grow a little bit bigger. But so I think that's about it that I need to show you. Let's get this project done. Okay, so we are doing disc number 3, and I don't know if you could see it, but it says corn, cucumbers, and sunflowers. So these have 3 little notches that will fit on the 3 notches over here, and then you'll twist it on, and then, oops, sorry, it will lock into place. There we go. And then I am going to be replanting Pro Cut Orange Excel on this row, and then I'm just going to, every single row, I'm just going to replant every single tag that I have there, just in case some of the seeds were still in the ground and the birds didn't eat them all. And if we have extra coming up, they will, like, you know, I'll just move them or take them out of the rows. But these have the perfect spacing also. Just to let you guys know, they have the spacing as it goes down. I don't know if it does like every other one. I am not 100% sure on that one. And then the other discs have a lot more little tongues there to grab so that it spaces it perfectly. Okay, so let's get this going. Oh, I still need that. Let's go. Okay, so these are Johnny's Seeds Pro Cut Orange. These are a single stem sunflower. I put the rest of the, let's see, Pro Cut Orange Excel in the hopper, but since it was such a little amount on the bottom of the leftover seeds, the hopper blade does not want to grab the seeds. I'll show you, I've already made 3 passes and I've done one of these already, which there was probably maybe less than 25 left. But if you could look in the hopper here, I still have quite a bit of seeds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix. Since these are my leftover seeds from the time before, I'm just gonna mix them with the next one, and I'll put the tag in that one row just to show. And you know, we could just have mixed flowers, and I'll just go onto the website if I need to figure out which one is which based on their pictures. So we're just going to dump the rest of this one in here. Okay, so I love sunflowers in the house so much. So I'm going to be mixing all of these packets together. These are going to be the dwarf sunspots. I got 2 of those, dwarf incredible, dwarf Mardi Gras, and dwarf incredible, but just a different brand. Okay, so let's get these all in the hopper and get these planted. I did realize when I made the next patch, when it's such a small amount, it's better to tip the cedar closer where the seeds could actually fall into the hopper. So that is what I'm gonna do when I start getting to the end of these. And then I just planted the last two that was in the hopper on the other row. Okay, so we got the 2 rows of flowers, the sunflowers, and then just the mixed flowers. I think I might wait on the corn just because I don't have a 3rd row cover. So I probably will do that maybe in 2 days. I don't know how long it'll take to get them from Amazon. And then I will replant the corn. Who knows, maybe it'll pop up by then. But next we're gonna be watering. Okay, so here's part 2 of the video. I had to reseed the garden, the row crops, because I had a bunch of birds that came out and just had a feast all over the sunflower patch. Came home and hundreds of birds just started flocking away, and I knew that they must have eaten so many of my sunflower seeds. So I had to reseed it, and I think they turned out really good. It's not 100%, and I think it's because of a learning curve, and I also think that seeds in general aren't 100%, but you got animals that come through, rabbits, squirrels, you know, birds, all different type of things, so who knows on why it's not 100%. Even if you hand put down seeds, I always have patches of where there's plants that don't come up just because you got squirrels, and I feel like squirrels and rabbits are your #1 thing that starts digging up the seeds. But I really do recommend this seeder. I can't even imagine trying to lay down this many seeds by hand. Even if I have kids that would do it, their spacing would probably not be as precise as this one. I really did enjoy this. It's worth the money. I'll leave the description, the link in the description box below, but overall, I don't think I have like any reason not to get it. The only thing was you really need to make sure at the very end when you have a little bit less seeds to kind of tilt it towards where it will fall more down into, what would you even call this? Not the hopper, but the little tunnel. So you want to make sure that it would fall in the tunnel by just tilting it a little bit as you're getting to the end, and that's what I found through trial and error. Reseeding this garden, especially if you don't have a lot of seeds. I did not reseed the corn just because by the time I got the cover, I already started seeing the corn pop up, and I didn't want to ruin any of that. So I really do recommend this, and saved me time, saved my back. Really enjoy that. And I'll give you a quick tour on how everything looks so far. Here's some beautiful sunflowers. I still have a lot of them still blooming, so I could still pick quite a bit and put them on the table. And I have some cosmos and bachelor buttons and other flowers that I kind of scattered on the end here because I wasn't quite sure how much sunflower seeds actually will be popping up. And right here I have my super tall corn. I swear that corn is probably like 12 feet tall up there. Well, maybe not, maybe like 10. But so beautiful. I planted this corn patch and sunflower patch, everything in this row crop area super late, and like just the watering wasn't as consistent. So that's why some of the sunflowers are popping up a little bit later than the others. But I ended up putting down some drip line, as you can see right here. And each one will have, I think it was 3 rows of emitters. They'll go down, and I'll try to leave a link and show you guys the drip system in another video. But so far, I'm really loving that cedar. And we have our potatoes right here, and that will go all the way back. Those don't look like they're quite done yet, but they look like they're being overtaken by our squash. So we got our squash, which I have zucchini all the way in the very back so that it's on the end of the aisle so I can harvest it. The reason why I put the squash on the end, of course, is because it takes over. It really takes over your yard. I put the potatoes next to the squash, hoping for it to be like a barrier so that it wouldn't go into my corn. But I have found about like 1 or 2 of the vines that kind of went into the corn anyways. But overall, I really think that I will put potatoes in between the squash and any other vegetable I'll plant in the future, just because I feel like it really did work out really well as, you know, kind of like a guard, a stop. But we will see on the harvest if it hindered the harvest at all, just because some of them is kind of like taking over, you know, that patch for the squash and the vines and stuff. But we'll see. It's late September. I think it's like September 21st. And I planted all of this row crop area at the very end of June. I think it was like June 27th is when I started seeding all of these, putting the potatoes and the squash plants. The squash plants I started from seed indoors a little bit, and then the only thing I didn't start indoors was my zucchini, and I planted those just direct sow. And I think in the future, I say this every year, that I am not going to start seeds inside that are squash and cucumbers, and every year I still start it inside, just because I love to see them pop up and I feel like it gives them some extra time. But then you hear people saying it doesn't really give them the extra time just because their growth habit is stunted. Okay, so that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you can, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.